Greetings, beloveds. Greetings. Yep. Let me know. Okay. Confirm me. And no, that was not me. Then gonna refresh. All right. Greetings, beloveds. Greetings. How was your week? I'm hoping your week was good. I'm trusting your week was good. I am going to remove my normal sneakers and put on my earth shoes, my foot shoes, which still gives me some resistance on the bottom of my feet. They're very comfortable though. So, how are you? Where you coming in from? Let me know in the chat. We're gonna do a little bit of full body. I did have a few people asked about opening the shoulders, so you'll see some of my little equipment I got in the bag. Okay, I'm gonna show you that in just a minute. All right, so go ahead and get your mat. Put that music on that you want to hear. Okay, something that has high vibrations though. Okay, and that will help you go ahead and center yourself. I got my knee pads on, even though I'm going to be on the mat and use my block. Okay. I trust you guys can see that. It looks fairly decent. Definitely. So you can see that quite well. All right. So let's go ahead and begin. It seems like everything wants to be inside. It's hot outside. No, it's definitely hot outside. So let's do this. Every type of fly, mosquito, insect, everything. Okay. All right, beloved. So we've got our blocks, right? We're going to use our blocks for a little bit of our opening of our arm and also helping just to give us some balance and some foundation. I want to appreciate and send a shout out to Foresight Fitness for sponsoring, which is absolutely beautiful. I appreciate them. And of course, I appreciate you guys. Anybody that would choose to sponsor me or episode, it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we got a wheel, okay, and it does have some resistance on it on both sides. Have our wheel. I'm hoping that the equipment in the back doesn't get too distracting. You let me know. And then we have our stretch belt, which absolutely has different counts on it. So that's a level of resistance. So it goes from 1 to 9. And of course, the blocks. All right. Got my knee pads on already. What I would love for you to do right now is just to go ahead and bring yourself onto your mat. Inhale deeply, inhaling deeply, exhale, releasing, and allowing yourself to sit back onto your shins. Okay, definitely you're going to feel it in your knees, and you're going to sit all the way back onto the backs of your heels. Inhaling deeply. Okay, so inhale deep, exhale, release slowly. I want you to inhale deep again, exhale, release slowly. All right, so we're going to first start with stretching that extended leg. So I'm going to start with my right because that's what's facing the camera. And I'm going to rotate the hips back. Okay. So we're going to do a kind of a full body, a little of this, a little of that, full body. And I want you to just rotate that foot up. And so you should feel that all in your upper thighs as well as your hamstrings. Slowly turn the body towards the front leg extended, and inhale and exhale, release, dipping right into that leg. And then rotate it back. You're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So inhale deeply, push that body all the way back, Point those toes. Greetings, beloveds, greetings. And then rotate that foot and turn the body. Mindful of the breath. You're breathing it through. And bring it back. All right. Now we're going to give our toes as well as our ankles a little bit of work as well, warm up. So inhale deep at the core. Make sure your core is nice and tight. And you're going to push right into those toes. So go ahead and push right into those toes. Okay. We're going to get to, of course, as always, we warm up and then we get to the posture, right? Now release the toes and keep that core tight though, and rotate those ankles. Breath, breath, breath. Good, good, good. All right. So we're going to do a jump sumo squat. All of this is going to be for divine purpose. So just work with me. Press into the ground. Inhale deep, core out. Jump right into that sumo squat. Okay. What we want to do is get it to a point where our back is flat and our shoulders are meeting our knees. Okay. Breath. Go back down. Back to your knees. Flatten. Tight core. Okay. Breath, breath, breath. Up. And go right into it. Staying mindful of the breath. Breathing it through. You're going to feel that, of course, in your upper abdominals or lower abdominals, sorry, and your abductors. Mindful of the breath. Okay, now so just slowly bring that body straight on up. So straighten the legs, flatten the back, flatten the hands, bring those hands closer into you. Now, if you can't do that, it's okay. Keep those knees bent, but bring those hands closer into you and try to sink your bottom, okay? Sink that butt, sink it low. Greetings. Sink it low, sink it low. Lower, breath, 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 breath. You're going to feel that in your inner abductors. So I'm going to turn it this way. You're definitely going to feel that in your inner abductors here, okay? Flat back, breath, breath, breath. Breathing it through. All right? Now, you're here. I want you to sit here for a moment. Sit here as long as you can. Mindful of the breath. You're going to sit here. Just sit, sit, sit. Mindful of the breath. Breathing through. Inhale deep. Straighten the arms straight on out. You're going to bend the elbows. Lock the elbows into your kneecaps. Rotate the hands up into that prayer position. Sumo squat, seated. Okay? So, we'll turn this way. Mindful of your breath. Out. Bend the elbows into the knees. Breath, breath, breath. Straighten the back. Breathing it through. Keep going. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you don't have a wheel, it's okay. But I would suggest for home purposes and continuing your journey, go ahead and get your wheel. Now, this is just one wheel, a Pilates wheel. I love the wheels that we actually can lay the body on. They're a little bit thicker. In my playlist, you can see me doing using several of those, but they usually come in a small, medium, and large. This one, though, has the resistance, okay? So, again, we're working total body, okay? So a little this, a little that. Come to your mat, nice and seated, seated, seated. Now we're gonna bring our wheel where the black part, you're gonna put the feet. Now, what you can do, if you have a book or even a block, you still can use a block to do that, okay? I'm showing you this because some of the members are like, hello, I see this all the time. How do you use it? Definitely for the lower body. Okay, so you're pressing in, scooting the body back. So leaning back, tight core, and you're just gonna hold it straight on out and you're just squeezing. So you squeeze. Hands can be stable, squeeze and hold. Okay? Breath. So you're going to plant the hands, push through, squeeze, and hold. Good, good, good. Mindful of the breath. So this is one that will, of course, it's going to help you with your core. Of course, it's going to help you extend and scope those legs. Get the inner and outer part of your hamstrings. This is really going to work for you, okay? And it's not just for the lower part of the legs. So we can also use it for your arms. I'm going to go ahead and get on my knees real quick. Greetings. Hello, beloved. Thank you so much for that heart. I appreciate it. All right. So, of course, you guys know I got my knee pads on. But you can have your mat. It's fine. I do too much of this. For those of you that don't know, I'm always in the gym, on the floor, things of that sort. No. So we need to protect these. All right. You're going to take the same thing. Okay. Your wheel, seated front, and you can squeeze it in. Okay. I'll do it this way so you can also see. And it's working with my triceps and my biceps. Okay. So this atypically, the wheel is about holding tension, keeping you where you can hold tension. So even if you're doing this, you're going to build tension. That's more of your biceps, your traps. Okay. Your core, again, it is on the ground, so or on the mat, and you're just going to use it on your legs. So, of course, the black on black with your feet, and you can move it and hold with tension. Now, the depth of this is you've got to get used to holding your breath. Okay, your core strong enough so you can extend and squeeze. Okay, so that's our wheel. A really, really good one. Oftentimes, too, for myself and other people, once you get used to it, because it has resistance on the inside and outside, you put it on the bottom of the foot, extend it, and use it for your leg extensions. Okay? So just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right. The strap. Resistance 0 to 9. All right. Now, what I am going to do, greetings below. Hey, how are you? I am so good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm working with myself today in this hair. Normally I keep my hair tied down, but that's a whole nother video. All right, so we're gonna take our blocks. All right, we're gonna stretch our inner part of our thighs. Okay. Now we're gonna use the blocks up against the mirror as well to open up our shoulder blades. We'll get to that. All right, so place your block. If you have your blocks, go ahead and place them down in front of you. Once you place the blocks down in front of you, you're going to take the one that your knee is going to be on and you're going to turn it straight up. So instead of vertical, horizontal. Okay, you're going to go ahead straight forward, keeping the core tight. Now you're going to step out. So go ahead, bring that leg straight on up. Tight core, tight. Inhale. So inhale, the knee goes to the chest. Exhale, it goes down to the floor. You're going to push all the way through, push all the way through. You're going to feel that on the inner part of your hip on the opposite side. So abductors, hip flexors, as well as your glutes. Okay, so I'm pressing all the way through here. Let me turn to the other side because I'm using that leg. That might suit a better purpose for visual. I just have to turn my head around. Okay, so we extend out and we're pressing through. Okay, tight core, press through. We're going to use this in just a moment. All right, so get yourself positioned enough where you can rock into the front leg. Extend, extend, extend. Okay, mindful of the breath. Take that one block, push it in front of you. Mindful of the breath, breathing through. Breathe, 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 breathe. You want to get the elbow, if you can, down to the mat. So mindful of the breath. Breathe, breathe, breathe. block. You're going to hold the self so you can hold yourself in that posture. Mindful of the breath. You breathe through. Now you just turn the body and you can lift the hand. Okay, breath, breathing it through. Breath, breath, breath. Up. We're going to do the opposite side. Trust me, you're going to feel that. Okay, other side, other side. Plant the knee, breath, breathe it through to the chest, straighten it out. Press all the way through. Ooh-wee. Ooh, tender, tender, tender. Mindful of the breath, inhale deep, all the way down with the elbow. Breath, breath, breath. Turning, extending your hand upwardly. You're going to feel this in your core. You're going to feel it on down the sides, the inner part of your thighs. You're also going to feel it on the opposite leg, inner and outer. So press and breathe through. Now, rotating the leg, okay? So when I rotate the leg that's on the block, I feel that up in here in my hip flexors, rotating. Okay, I also feel it in this big old muscle back here, that glute. Press through, flatten the back of the foot. When you keep the foot up, it causes tension, it gives tension. So go ahead and release it through. Mindful of the breath. Breath, breath, breath. And then bring yourself back. All right, so the blocks. We've got our blocks there. Let's go ahead and bring our stretch band, our resistance band. Now you're going to put this band on the back of the foot, of course. All right. We're going to deepen the same posture that we did. Mindful of the breath. Greetings. All right, below. I will see you soon. I definitely will see you soon. I appreciate you. Definitely check back in when you can finish watching the rest and let me know how you do, Louis. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, so tight core, again, tight core. Now, we're using this resistant band on our foot here. So at the top, you want to make sure you get it on there. You don't want to get slapped on the back of the head with this. Mindful of the breath. So now, of course, I'm on both knees. You want to deepen the posture, right? So we're going to use the blocks to give us more foundation. And the blocks, I would say, for anybody that is starting to practice or in the practice, and you want to deepen a certain posture, move through in a certain way, and you haven't reached it yet, the blocks are perfect for that. Okay, so now I got this leg up. I'm going to inhale deep, core, extend the front leg forward, pressing all the way through. Now, look, I'm rotating my body out so the hips are out. Pulling, stretching, stretching, stretching. And I'm going to go across to the other side so I can pull that foot in. This deepens this posture, stretching all the way through. Now, look, I can touch my hip, the back of my foot, and rotate and press that leg out. Okay, it's going to deepen the inner part of that thigh. Press, 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 breathing through. But without that, this is how the band works to deepen the posture. So you inhale deep, stretching those arms all the way up, pushing through. Trust and believe you're going to feel this. Press, press, press. Arms are behind the ear. If you need to deepen it, just pull the belt closer to you. Mindful of the breath. Rotate, allow the body to rest. The knee pads are quite important. Cushion, mats underneath are quite important because you are applying more pressure into that knee. So that's opening up more of those, more of our quads, opening it up further, deepening that posture, which are really good too for runners, people who are sitting, of course, for too long or standing for too long. That will help that with your body, okay? Now, let's do a twist. All of these things are leading to our posture. All right. So mindful of the breath. Now we're just going to take blocks. I have tons of blocks. The more blocks you have, the more you can do with it. Okay, most definitely. So we're going to take the block. We're going to extend it all the way out. Mindful of your breath, tight core, bring yourself back. And you're just going to plant your hands on top of the block and deepen that stretch, pushing back and allowing the arms to open up, which is the front of your shoulders. Okay. We're going to go up against the mirror and deepen the same posture. So inhaling deeply, exhaling, releasing. Hold it as long as you can. And when you come up with using the palms and the fingers, okay? So you can roll up, stretching it out, and then dipping further into it, flatten the feet. Okay, flatten the feet back, flatten, and roll the shoulders back. Okay, so we're doing a total body, but we're releasing as well as we're building. So we're helping it get stronger, but of course, we're taking our time, mindful of the breath, and allowing the body to get warmed up. And for us that who have been doing these practices, creating that memory, recalling that memory. All right, next thing, blocks. We're still going towards the mirror, so we're building. All right, so we have the blocks. We're going to take the blocks and watch how we deepen the posture, even sitting on the ground. So I'm going to place one block underneath the cooler and then the other one on the other side. Okay, I'm sitting completely on the blocks. This is where you grab your wheel, or if you don't have the wheel, use the side of a bed, your couch, something that you can grab onto that is sturdy. Okay. So now I'm opening up the legs, greeting the legs, open your legs up, mindful of the breath. Now we're doing a seated sulu. Okay. So the toes are pointing out. Okay. We're not doing this. No resistance. We want the toes to relax. We want the inner parts of our thighs to relax as well. Inhale deeply. We're pressing everything into our blocks. Inhale, inhale, and we're just stretching the body completely out. Those of you that were with us last Saturday, we did the pancake. And the pancake, of course, is very similar to this. All right. Very similar, but we're definitely on the floor, on the ground. Breath, 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 breathing it through. Now you're pushing those shoulders up. All right. So this is going to help with our mobility, flexibility, and strength with our upper body, our shoulders. Mindful of the breath, breathing it through. All right. Give yourself a couple sets of that. Again, everything, poco, poco, poco. So little, 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 but still keeping yourself going. Okay. So that's one way. Now, raise the legs higher. The higher you raise the legs, you want to deepen, but keep the back flat. Again, flat. Bring the arms underneath. Breath, 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 pushing it all the way through. So you're going to push, push, push. Breath, breathing it through. Inhale, inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, release. You are deepening. Maybe I turn to the side, beloves. You are deepening that stretch on the lower back, your vertebrae. Okay, you're stretching them out. No different than if you get on a pole, cross pole, monkey brand, what we call them? Monkey, I forgot what we call them as, again, this, who knows, the bars. And you want to hang the body, it opens up the lower or your spine. We're going to do the same thing here. So again, open the legs as far as you can get them open. Mindful of the breath. You're pushing all the way through. Inhale, inhale, exhale, release slowly. Go ahead, put that Hand underneath, the opposite hand. Inhale, exhale, flatten the back. Reach for your toes. Inhale, exhale, flatten the back. All right, breathing it through. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mindful of the breath. Inhale deeply. Straighten it up. And you're going to inhale and turn your body to the left. Twist, twist, twist. Inhale and turn your body to the right. Breath, breath, breath. Twist, twist, twist. Now remember, if you feel like you get a little cramp or it feels like, oh, I'm stuck, all that is your breath. You got to get your breath working in unison with your flow, okay? All right, beloveds. So off the blocks, trust and believe. There's a lot you can do with these blocks, okay? So we're going to go to the wall. I'm going to have to turn the camera so you can see it in the mirror. We're going to open up more of our shoulders so we can get to the posture, which is our conclusion, All right. So you let me know. Greetings. How are you? Hi, baby. How you doing? Okay. So we're going to go. Wait, let's see. Okay, yeah, it's perfect. All right. So we're going to open up more of our shoulders. Okay, more of our shoulders here. So we can get some rotation. Okay. Now, of course, you can use your mat. I got my knee pads on, so I'm kind of good. All right. Take your blocks. Step is we want to push our chest in. The further we can get our chest in to the wall or glass mirror, with using our blocks, which is pushing the arms backward, the deeper the posture. Okay. So inhale deep. Go ahead. Tight core. If you have your mat, let's see. If you have your mat, definitely use your mat. I got to get off my pants. There we go. All right. So inhale deep. Arms go straight on up with the blocks. Okay. Block, block, block. Inhale. Inhale. Squeeze the cooler. So we're just going to stretch first and push ourselves into the glass. Into the mirror. Breath, breath, breath. Breathing it through. And then bring yourself back up. Tight core, tight glutes, okay? You can do it from here. There's a difference though. You want to extend the body further back. So as we go lower, we have to extend the body further back. And I think I better move the camera just so you can see that as well. Okay. All right. We're going to go a little deeper. So mindful of the breath. The blocks start up. Start with them up first. Higher, higher, higher. Breath, breath, breath. Tight core, tight glutes. Press in. Now, because I've been doing this for a minute, I'm making sure that I'm rotating everything towards, hello, beloved, towards the mirror. Inhaling deeply, squeezing, then pushing the body. So the chest goes into the glass. And you can see I'm sliding down into the posture. Breath, breathing it through. When you're there, I want to say this quite, let me look at you when I'm saying this. When you are in a certain posture, beloveds, do make sure that you allow yourself that time to focus and center the breath. When you focus and center the breath, you will go deeper in that posture. you will also connect with your breath. All right. You will go deeper. You will connect with yourself. And that same area, that same part of you that is connecting then in that posture is the same one that you're going to use to get you through any type of stress. Anytime your body is feeling tight or you feel a pain, you're going to connect, you're going to create a memory within the body that will align when you need it. Okay. So, mindful of the breath, we're going to do it one more time, and then we're going to get to the posture. And I'm going to let you guys go for today. Okay. So, again, blocks, breathing it all the way through. Breath, breath, breath. Pushing through. Breath, press, press, press. Plant the feet if you need to, if you feel like you're sliding. But you shouldn't really be sliding, especially if you're on a mat. Good, good, good. Exhale, release. All right, with releasing, we're gonna go ahead, open up those arms, do a few circles, because even if you don't have shoulder issues, you're gonna feel where you were tight. Maybe all those weights you were lifting to create those traps, build up those lats, all that it's tight now. All right, so now let's go ahead and move to our posture, okay? Which you guys, of course, have been waiting for. Others of you like to go through the whole process. I mean, because you've realized how serious the process is. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me make sure. Yeah, I think we got it there. Cool, cool, cool. All right. All right. So again, work with the best, I should say, work the best way you can. Okay. Use all these things as tips, all these different exercises as tips to be able to further your fitness journey. Okay, so we're gonna first do just a slight there, that's out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna turn my cooler to you. Okay. Some of you guys are used to it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my butt to you. So all the things that we were doing earlier, I mean, each step would help this overall flow of energy. We're gonna go straight to the head. Let me do it this way first, then go and show the opposite way. All right, so we're gonna go straight on to the head, mindful of the breath, breathing it through, doing a cat's cow. You needed the arms to open up the shoulders. So you're gonna inhale deep, plant the head, make sure that you have the head centered onto your mat, mindful of the breath. You're here, go ahead and plant the hands. When you plant the hands, you're gonna go ahead and make sure they're rotated out. Once they're rotated out, plant, push up and through, and walk it through. Most of you have seen this several times before. Mindful of the breath, you're gonna push through. When you push through, we're just gonna extend the hands outwardly. As we extend outwardly, we raise on our tiptoes, okay? Mindful of the breath. As you breathe, you're on your tiptoes, you extend the fingers and the hands straight on up. Rotating those arms towards or away from your head. So for me, I'm coming towards the camera. Mindful of the breath. Straight on up. Breath, breath, breath. You're going to extend the arms all the way out, keeping the legs straight, breathing through, mindful of the breath. We're creating circulation coming towards the head now. Any type of inversion is going to create that flow of blood from the opposite direction. Breath, 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 breath. Plant the hands completely out. Stay on those toes. So that's where you needed that core. Okay. That's why you needed that core. That's why you needed that action of the glutes. Breathing it through. Yoga is holding the postures, connecting with the postures, okay, and staying in that posture for X amount of time. Mindful of the breath. Here we go. Now, the very thing that I was mentioning before, as far as how you could use the blocks, it would help you deepen this particular posture that I'm doing now. Adding the blocks underneath the hands and pressing through will help open up the backs of your hamstrings, okay? It would push through and open up the backs of the hamstrings. Also helps you push through and pushing that chest through the arms. All right, I'm gonna turn to the side just so you see it as well. Let me grab a block. And then I'll do it facing you, line for the breath. Okay, so this is the blocks. Using the blocks, it elevates. You're up on your toes. It elevates you, you pressing it through. Okay, so I'm going in between those shoulder blades. All of that wall compression, as well as the floor, is helping open up those lats, those shoulders, so I can flow through it or hold it for X amount of time. Same thing when we're talking about, we're going down to the head. The more you extend the arms or the legs outwardly, the deeper the posture as well. So again, just planting the head, breath. We're up on those toes, fully extended. Breath, breath, breath. You're breathing it through. Press, press, press. Extend the arms out. You're on those toes. Plant the hands. Turn them out. Raise it even higher. Breath. Keep those legs straight though. You're feeling it all in your glutes, the quads, but those hamstrings are strong. Breath, breath, breath. Hands come into the center, using your hands to lift yourself and relax. Now, you do it enough where eventually your elbows get to the ground. Mindful of the breath. Full body. We did a little of this, a little of that. And we got a full body. Strengthening, a full body strengthening routine. I'm trusting and believing. Hey, baby. Okay, okay. All right. We got a full body stretching, strengthening routine. Now, all these things, of course, service you the more you do them, okay? To a point, you'll get to a point where all of these little, what I would call little stretches, little exercises, will start working together for you. So you being able to plant the hand, mindful of the breath, plant another hand, all these postures work together systematically. You remembering certain things. So even if you plant the head, your arm is slightly to the side, you have the elbow free, but you remember certain parts and techniques, you'll be able to plant, push through, breathe through it, hold that posture, fold the legs up, breathing it through, and just hold up a side boat. These are little things that you'll end up doing or being able to do based on you not skipping, the practice. Don't skip any step, even if it's not like the most fun. Just keeping it 100 because it's definitely not the most fun all the time. It's not. I trust and believe with you doing a little bit of full body work. So that full body work would definitely be you tending to the shoulders, you tending to your core. Of course, when I say shoulders, I'm talking about your traps, your lats, as well as your biceps, that sort of thing. But also being fluid enough, open enough to open up that core as well as your abductors. Allow that hip rotation. Everything is going to start flowing together. And all of the different props, one minute. All of the different props that we have. I know. Our next class is getting the gloves. All right, so all of the different props that you have, the blocks, the stretch bands, the wheel, these things are important. So again, don't skip a step. Do try it and let me know how you get along in the chat. Do look onto the playlist as well because I do have different videos that go deeper with the blocks, like really, really deeper. Using them as often as possible, even doing arm inversions using the blocks. It helps gives you that foundation that you would be looking for to do it freestyle. So I appreciate you guys so much. I really, really do. I appreciate you guys. And you guys, you guys definitely work with me, which is so wonderful because some of you guys have just been watching and you know who you are. You absolutely know who you are. But that's okay because you guys stay consistent and then eventually you try something and then you're like, oh, I can do it. You're hitting me in the inbox. I can do it. I can do it. Look, I did it. And I'm like, okay, babies. Okay. Okay, beloveds. Good job. Good job. All right. So, in all that you do remember that the divine source that works in you, through you, around you, to you, for you, and by you is the one that you create, right? Don't let no one slow you down. I love you, Besito Grande. And I will see you again soon. I'm gonna do something about this hair now. Take it all out. I get to be cute. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. Oh, wow. Okay. Whew. Next time.